Hello, everybody. Welcome to my new Sunday market breakdown. So let's start with the DXY. And what can we see on the DXY? If we take our flip from the high here to the low, we have a minus 27 flip completion. This means that the bulls can present themselves at that point. So what we can also see on the DXY is that we made a kind of descending channel. First leg, second leg here, third leg touch, and then we can receive the upside momentum. So we are still trading within a descending channel here. But what I can see is we have still that bearish W here. First leg, second leg, third leg, fourth leg potentially. And we can see the third leg. So this is the first leg, second leg. The third leg is less powerful now than the fourth leg. Third leg is coming way more corrective than this fourth leg. So this is for me a potential sign that we can go more to the upside, and then we can make this shoulder one here, head shoulder two. If we can break this last lower high resistance of the weekly from the smaller bearish W, then we can make that. Let's see what we can do, because if I go to the higher time frames, the monthly is still bullish. We have this major bullish M on the monthly. We still didn't broke this last low wick here. We still didn't broke it. So, and now the price is having some difficulties to break that. So we can potentially go to the upside. And what could you see on that previous monthly candle close? We went all the way to the downside. We tapped that weekly flip completion. The buyers were sitting there. We made then some kind of triple bottom, and the candle was going to the downside all the way from here to the downside, and it closed back to the upside. So this is for me a monthly bullish candle, and this month is also making a bullish candle. So we can expect the bulls presenting themselves because the DXY is bullish. And on the weekly, we have a weekly bullish massive candle close. The only thing we need to be careful for is this weekly lower highs here, where the price can reject from, potentially going back to the downside here to find that support, because you have here some clear supply and demand zone sitting. So this can play out well. Then if I go on the daily, dailies for me, yeah, the daily is still bearish, because you had that major bearish W here sitting. Yeah, that impulse of third leg, and this leg is more coming correctively. And what can you see? Either way, we have also another pattern is this shoulder one, head, support in the head, then this shoulder two that can play out. We now tap this daily zone of interest. So now the price can go potentially back till this daily lows, and then finding again some supply and demand zone here at these zones for going potentially back to the upside from that weekly perspective that we were saying. So we will see what will happen there. I think we can have some short-term momentum for the DXY, because we are now at this daily shoulder one region, and potentially if this is your impulse, this is your correction, we can go to the beginning of correction here, where the buyers are sitting. As you can see, buyers, 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 and here potentially again. So this is what I can see for the DXY. Then the first pair I'm looking at is GBPAUD. So on the weekly, what can you see on GBPAUD? On the weekly, we have a 3 or 4 criteria long, because what can we see? We have our trend with us. The trend is bullish. We have here our major bullish M that could play out. So our flip completion is at this blue line, horizontal line, which is aligning with my daily TP. So now we can make this bullish M potentially, but this previous bullish M is in place, so this is already active. So we have our flip with us, we have our candle close. The candle close is very bullish with us. We have our trend with us, and the only thing we are missing is supply and demand zone, because if you take your horizontal line here at this daily supply and demand zone, you can see that it's not the clearest supply and demand zone. It's not the clearest one. So for me, it's just 3 or 4 criteria. So if I go to the daily, what can you see on the daily? The daily is bullish. We made here that bullish M, first leg, second leg, third leg, fourth leg, going back to the daily lows, then we went to the upside. Now we are making that pattern within a pattern, still that bullish M in play here with the same highs. We expect the same lows. So the price can go back to the daily lows, ascending trend line holding the price up. And then we can go to that daily minus 27 weekly FIB completion, minus 27. So on the 4-hour, I'm still looking for that trade because on the 4-hour, we received a very nice clear trade. This is a pattern within a pattern. You have that shoulder 1 here, had potential shoulder 2 within that, a bullish M. So you have a pattern within a pattern. And yeah, I hope we can have after that impulse of the 4-hour that we can have some correction, fake out flag potentially. Then we can go to the upside. And the 4-hour minus 27 is aligning with that daily TP, so very nice to see. So this limit will stay. I will stay it. So I will place it even if we touch the daily highs, because the daily highs are touched, but the pattern on the 4-hour is very clear. Ascending trend line holding the price up. So then the second trade, EURCHF on the weekly. What can you see on the weekly? For me, 2 of the 4, sorry, it's not 3 of the 4, 2 of the 4 criteria. What can we see on the weekly? The weekly is bearish for me because we are making this bigger bearish W, but we had a FIB completion from this high here to this low, minus 60.80, or from this high to this low, it's the same, minus 27. The only thing what we can see is we had a bearish candle close in our favor and the trend with us. So we have 2 of the 4, supply and demand zone. There is not that big supply and demand zone. Only what we had was here clear support, and a false break of this zone. And then yeah, if I look further, nothing that clear. So for me, it's only support in our favor. So no clear supply demand zone in our favor. So 2 of the 4, which we can take. We are still clearly bearish, moving very bearish. And with that last candle, it's very nice to see that the bears are still active. So then I went to the daily, and what I saw on the daily bearish W that can still be in place. So what can we see? First leg, second leg, third leg, then the fourth leg coming back, and we went to this previous daily lower highs here. And you can see every time we tap that, we had now that bearish momentum. So now we received that bearish momentum. And now what can we see? We have the daily bearish impulsive candle close. Now we can maybe potentially make the pullback, corrective nature till this zone, and then we can go potentially back to the downside. So if I take my Fibonacci from this high here till this low, you can see the daily minus 27 is way to the downside. So for around 8.2% from this perspective. But if I go to the 4-hour now, so if I go to the 4-hour, you can see on the 4-hour we can make a pattern because we had here a daily zone touch, and from there we can look for a pattern. And this is the shoulder 1 here, had shoulder 2. So the price had that impulsive break. So now we can make potentially that corrective nature against that trend, and then we can take here the limit to the downside till the 4-hour minus 27, take some partial out here, and then we can go to the daily minus 27 or to the beginning of correction here where we have a 90% possibility to, and we also broke this kind of ascending channel here right now. This ascending trend line got broken, so there's a 90% chance that we will reach the beginning of correction. So these are the trades I'm looking at for the moment. Which one will be the most likely to play out or will play out soon? The other pairs will have some more waiting on that. So if I go on the daily, you can see Euro AUD, we have here a bullish M. This maybe can play out in 3 or 4 days. Euro NZD, can play out in 3-4 days. Bullish M, GBPAUD. Yeah, inverse and shoulders with a natural M can play out. Then GBPNZD, bullish M also can play out maybe in 2-3 days. Then NZD CHF, pullback, correction needed, bearish W, NZD CAD, also bearish W, AUD CAD, bearish W with natural Ws, same lows, same highs. And then AUD NZD, we can have here that shoulder 1 here, head, shoulder 2 within that bullish M that can play out with that supply demand zone within it. As you can see, 2 of the 4 criteria with us, so this needs to have some more patience right now, and then maybe AUD-CHF, then the bearish W that can play out. So we have a lot of pairs that can play out, but they need to have some more time to develop. So these are the trades I'm looking at: GBPAUD, EURCHF, and then the other ones will or can play out in a few days. So have a nice trading week, everybody, and see you next week. Bye.